Alright lads and lassies, welcome to the day's video. Today we're on Boku No Roblox Legacy, I think it is. I don't know, I've already forgot. But as you know, I've obviously played this game before. I was at max level at one point, but clearly the levels went up, so I've just messed around a little bit to get up a few levels. But I just realised when I came on, because I tried to activate the ultimate thing for this, or overhaul, sorry, and the move, it was different, sorry, so I think they've revamped the quirks. I don't know if this is the only one, but this is me just discovered this now, so I don't know if you already knew about it, you've already seen it or something, you can just click off, but this is just for people that maybe haven't seen the new moves, which probably came out like 2 months ago, and I'm just getting round to it now. But the first move, Reassembling touch. User swipes their arm and heals whoever they touch or themselves 20%. So that's just this one. Your arm basically just turns green and then you heal yourself. Or this might take a while for it to recover, but or if you press Q on someone else, you can heal them as well. Yes, of course, I'm still here. The other move we have is 500 strength ground spikes. User creates large forward spikes dealing damage, medium damage and stuns, or dealing medium damage, sorry, and stuns. So I didn't realise that it stunned people, but I did know obviously it does quite a lot of damage. So if I just use it on this guy, 36,810, obviously that will just scale to whatever your stats are, but that's what it's doing for me. And of course I'm trying to make this quick, not going to waste too much of your time because it's just a showcase. But 500 durability, reassembling body, user breaks apart and reassembles themselves, healing them to full health. So another thing I just discovered is that the raid things came out, so it's actually pretty useful in that. For if you're getting pretty much assaulted by a boss, you can drop out halfway and hope that whoever else is in your party or whatever will come and take him away for you until you're back in full health. But obviously, oh wait, I can't hit this guy without killing him. You know, I'll go and hit Mount Lady and then run away and then I'll show you. Right, so as you can see we're on 26% health and obviously it's going up, but if I press X, you can see all the body parts fall and then it comes back together. It used to, before it got this update, whenever it came out, your body used to sit there for a while and recover, so pretty much you would be invulnerable to all attacks while that happened, and you would slowly gain HP. But I think they've just updated it now and just decided, you know what, when you hit that button you'll be immune to attacks and you'll also recover HP. So that was quite a nice surprise because someone was chasing me around earlier, not that they could do very much, but it was a good way to test it out. 1000 strength, disassembling world. User creates huge fissures and spiking the floor up and around them, dealing high damage and stuns. I probably never read that right because I got lost halfway through. But this is a new move, at least I'm pretty sure this is a new move because it wasn't in the game when I played it. And this is really good for raids as well because a lot of the little villains run towards you. And obviously once you've got enough of them, you just hit this button and then this explodes around you, and any extras that weren't next to you will just run into it and die anyway, so it's quite useful for that. And then we'll do obviously a damage test over here, if you can see it obviously, because they'll probably be stuck in a rock. But if we hit C next to this guy, 42,945 I think it was, so obviously that's high damage. I'm pretty sure it's higher than the first move. Yeah, it's definitely higher than the first move. And this, I also heard that All For One came out, so I don't know what is the strongest quirk anymore, but I know that this definitely was, with no competition while I played. That you could put as much as you wanted into One For All, but that just wouldn't compare to this final, or what was, which is the final move really. Disassembling touch. User swipes their arm and deals extremely high damage to whoever they touch. So this is pretty much, apart from maybe hitting them with like Z or something, this is usually the first move that I use on a boss. or any of the new bosses. I've just basically used this to test it out and scale towards them. But hitting V here, almost 100,000 damage. Now I think they also upgraded Awrite, because I used to be able to walk up to him and I could just one tap him and that would just be the end of it, and I would get however much XP you get from him. But that's not the case anymore. Obviously it still doesn't take too long, but it's not as easy as it was before anyway. And then we have the final move, which is Fusion, 2000 strength. User gains an additional 2 arms deformed with spiked claws, increasing their damage and defense. So it used to be, I don't know if you remember, maybe you're a new player, but it used to be like a red lightning cloak thing that used to come around you, so you would just have red lightning appearing around your character. Obviously I think they use that for All For One now, because a darker version of it, because I seen someone standing around here earlier that had that. But basically you hit F and then these arms, yeah, this lightning cloak that was just there used to appear on your body and you'd be like a red kind of colour, but these appear on your body, and as you can tell my stamina is not very high. And how much damage? 14,724. So regularly I do about 12,000, so yeah, 12,000, so I added on about 200. It's not really the greatest for that, but I don't know about its defense. It's probably a lot better, but I don't really think there's any real way for me to test that. I mean, I can go up here and get my ass beat by Mount Lady, and then come back and activate that, and then get my ass beat for the second time and see what happens. So if we just punch her, and then she's basically just going to kick the shit out of us while we watch. Sad times. Now as I said, there's no real way to tell unless there was a significant difference, because it's just a percentage, which somehow disappears when you hover your mouse over it. Okay then. But so if I activate this now and then go up and punch her, then she's just gonna beat the shit out of me again. Honestly, yeah, I felt like I actually took less damage while I didn't have that activated, because the first hit took me down to 70% instead of 63. But anyway, that's pretty much all for that. I suppose I'll just show off, this was like the Easter egg event weapon thing. So this is what you got if you defeated the Easter boss. I'd assume he's not there anymore though, because it was an Easter exclusive thing, I think. And also, I got this game while it was in beta actually, so there was a Halloween and a Christmas event on at that time, and I'd just given up on the game at the time, so I never even got the weapons, sadly. But these are quite good, because when you left click with this, instead of just hitting them, you also fire out a little egg, and the egg does quite a lot of damage. So if I hit this guy, 24,540, and just for any scaling that I forgot to mention before, my strength is 12,270. So as you've seen there, and if we hit the guy with it and try not to hit him with an egg, yeah, I think that's impossible. But if I just get rid of this then, and then we look at that without that, and here it goes, without it, it does 12,270, so that's pretty much double what I was doing before. So that says it all really, doesn't it? But that does it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. It definitely wasn't overdue. The update definitely did not come out probably like a month ago or something, and I'm just getting to it now. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.